In the dusty streets of Jerusalem, tension hung like smoke. The Roman Empire ruled with iron fists and golden spears. Judea, restless and bruised, awaited a promised deliverer. Among them walked a man named Jesus of Nazareth. He spoke of love, mercy, and a kingdom not of this world. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and challenged the proud. Crowds followed him, whispering, "Could this be the Messiah?" But not all were pleased. Power fears disruption. The Sanhedrin, guardians of Jewish law, watched with unease. His teachings pierced tradition like lightning through parchment. The week of Passover arrived, sacred and solemn. Jesus entered Jerusalem on a donkey, hailed by palms. "Hosanna!" they cried. "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." Yet shadows gathered behind the cheers. Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, met with priests in secret. 30 silver coins exchanged hands betrayal, bought cheaply. On Thursday night, Jesus shared bread and wine. "This is my body. This is my blood," he said. His disciples were confused, hearts heavy with dread. In Gethsemane, he prayed alone, sweat like blood on his brow. Soldiers came with torches and swords. Judas kissed his cheek the signal. Peter drew his blade, but Jesus stopped him. "Those who live by the sword shall die by it." He was taken to the high priest's house, accused of blasphemy, though no fault was found. False witnesses spoke, twisting his words. "Are you the Son of God?" they asked. "I am," he replied. Silence fell like thunder. The council sent him to Pontius Pilate, Roman governor. Pilate questioned him. "Are you the king of the Jews?" "My kingdom is not of this world," Jesus answered. Pilate found no guilt, but the crowd roared. "Crucify him!" Pilate offered a choice: Jesus or Barabbas, a murderer. "Barabbas!" they cried. "Let Jesus be crucified!" Pilate washed his hands, a gesture of guiltless surrender. Soldiers mocked Jesus, dressing him in purple. A crown of thorns pressed into his scalp. "Hail, King of the Jews!" They spat, struck, and scourged him. His back torn, his face bruised. He bore it silently. Then came the cross heavy, splintered, cruel. He carried it through the Via Dolorosa. Women wept. Simon of Cyrene was forced to help. On Golgotha, the place of the skull, the cross was raised. Nails pierced his hands and feet. Above him, a sign read, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." 2 criminals hung beside him. One mocked, one believed. "Today you will be with me in paradise," Jesus said. Soldiers cast lots for his robe. The sky darkened at noontime. Unnatural eclipse. My God, why have you forsaken me?" he cried. The earth trembled, rocks split, the temple veil tore. "It is finished," he whispered, and breathed his last. A centurion watched and said, "Truly, this was the Son of God." His body was taken down, wrapped in linen. Joseph of Arimathea placed him in a new tomb. A stone sealed the entrance. Guards were posted. The world held its breath. 3 days passed in silence. On the 3rd morning, women came to the tomb. The stone was rolled away. "He is not here," said an angel. "He is risen." Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene, to the disciples on the road to Emmaus, to Thomas, who touched his wounds, to Peter, who had denied him thrice. He ate with them, taught them, forgave them. 40 days later, he ascended into heaven. His followers, once afraid, became bold. They preached his resurrection across empires. Rome tried to silence them with fire and lions. But the message spread unstoppable, eternal. The cross, once a symbol of shame, became one of hope. Artists painted it, poets praised it, martyrs clung to it. Historically, crucifixion was Rome's cruelest punishment, reserved for rebels, slaves, and the lowest criminals. Yet Jesus, innocent, bore it willingly. Tacitus, the Roman historian, mentioned his execution. Josephus, the Jewish chronicler, acknowledged his impact. The crucifixion is not just theology, it's history, a moment that split time into before and after. Empires rose and fell, but the story endured. Churches were built, songs were sung, lives were changed. The cross stands at the center of Western civilization. A paradox. Death that brings life. For believers, it is redemption. For historians, it is fact. For artists, it is inspiration. Jesus of Nazareth, crucified under Pontius Pilate, buried, risen, remembered. His story echoes in cathedrals and deserts, in whispered prayers and shouted sermons. The crucifixion was brutal, but it was not the end. It was the beginning of something vast. A movement, a faith, a revolution of the heart. From Jerusalem to Rome, to every corner of the earth. The cross remains a symbol of sacrifice and love. And the story continues, line by line, life by life.